Nós estamos hoje aqui em mais um Papo Fácil super especial, uma super satisfação. Vou conversar com o Fraderic Vacher, ele é Head de Inovação do 3DEXPERIENCE Lab da Dassault Systèmes, né? E nós vamos ter essa conversa em inglês, então imediatamente chaveando aqui para conversar com o Fraderic. Fraderic, it's a great pleasure to be here, to have this opportunity, this conversation with you. I had many conversations before with Dassault Systèmes, and today we have a very special and very exciting topic that is 3DEXPERIENCE Lab. I'm so grateful to have the opportunity, and I believe you have many important things to share, isn't it?
Yes, so good morning, Flavio, and hello everyone. From Paris, actually, where we are headquartered.
As you can see, I showed this before, I have a poster in my wall. I have been in contact with Dassault for a long time, in many videos, many interviews. It really is a great pleasure to talk about 3DEXPERIENCE Lab. I want to invite the people who is watching this video at this time. In the edit, I will put in the upper right corner of the screen a shortcut to the videos with previous conversation with Dassault Systèmes. Dassault's playlist here in Papo Fácil. But I want to start our conversation asking you to tell very quickly who is Dassault Systèmes to explain to who is watching us, please.
In very short, so Dassault Systèmes is the 3D experience company, a world leader in helping any industries to virtualize their digital twin. Since 40 years, we are celebrating our 40 years this year. We started from the automotive, the aerospace industries, then up to the automotive industries. So now we cover almost 11 industries, where all those guys are using our software to imagine, design, engineer, simulate, manufacture, produce, and now recycle their products. So it's what we call the product lifecycle management, which is in operation by most of the industrial worldwide. We started with the 3D modeling with the part, when at that time people were in 2D drafting with paper and pen, or just a mainframe and a 2D software. And then with the digital mockup, with the Boeing 777, that was the first plane completely assembled in 3D. And then with Toyota Motor Corporation, the complete life cycle of a complex product. And since 10 years now, we are going from product to life in order to help our users to not only design and engineer, but to go into the sustainable approach, inclusive approach with the life, the human, and the environment. And we are investing strongly in the life science to be able to modelize and simulate at the nanoscale, so that we can model a molecule for instance, pharmaceutical companies, so that they invent and create the next generation of molecules in the virtual world. So finding, modeling, simulating, certifying, and now testing, because just before COVID, we acquired Medidata, that was the world leader in clinical trials. And Medidata is now helping to cover the complete life cycle of a vaccine, for instance, or a drug. And I don't know if you know, but most of the COVID vaccines around the world have been fully tested on the cloud thanks to those platforms.
Oh, okay. Well, I believe that many of the technologies used by Dassault Systèmes, maybe some of them were born in the labs. Because of that, I'd like to know how this program works and what's the differential from other initiatives you can see in the market.
We are used to work closely with many industries, 11 industries to be precise, in 140 countries. And our R&D is doing some incremental innovation with those big clients. And that is the way traditionally any company is working. And since 5 years, I created the 3DEXPERIENCE Lab initiative, which is an open laboratory, so talking to the outside, with the objective of accelerating disruptive projects that strongly impact the society. So the ambition since day one was to bring some means and really some enhancements in solving big problems. So we've started to create some data intelligence dashboards in order to understand the issues. So we've followed the 17th Sustainable Development Goals from the United Nations to understand in all those main goals the issues, to radar the projects, the entrepreneurs, the startups, so that we can then identify and qualify and nurture those projects over the cloud with our platform and with community of people. Because as I would like to share, as from the beginning, this 3DEXPERIENCE Lab is inclusive. So any employees at Dassault Systèmes, we are 20,000 people, now 22,000 people worldwide in 140 countries. Any Dassault Systèmes employees could mentor and contribute to innovative projects up to 10% of their time working on the cloud with us.
Well, it would be fantastic if you can share with us some of the successful projects that came from the labs. Can you talk something about that, please?
Yeah, so we have two main types of projects. Either we have a startup accelerator where we are working in collaboration with the startups and potentially some other players, other industrials or research labs on their virtual twin on the cloud. Or we have community-based projects where we empower the collective intelligence and help passionate people working together to achieve a common goal. And we have a project in many domains, obviously, a lot in the life science. We are supporting a lot of disruptive innovations to bring some progress in life science. For instance, the cancer treatments or detection, or we are working a lot on the organ, from the Living Guard project you may have heard, to now helping startups to create some usage of it. 3D printing organs, from the medical imaging of a patient to reconstruct in 3D the organ, to provide some simulation or even some 3D prints where the surgeons could train themselves on the exact same clone of the organ that he will have to manage during the real surgery. So there are a lot. So well, I said there are a lot, but in fact we are very selective. So it's about 10 new projects on a global scale per year.
Well, in the past conversations, I heard that there are many initiatives from Dassault in the pandemic. Some of the researches, some technologies that are being used. Please, I would like to know a little bit more about that. Was the collaboration of the Dassault in the pandemic?
We have been very active during the pandemic. First, we are able to continue working as usual on the cloud, as we are used to do. And second, we help the research with our BioVia suite of software to work on those new vaccines. But most importantly, we've worked with the different players, the biotechs, and some of them, like Moderna or BioNTech, to operate all their clinical trials over the cloud. So finding solutions with the industrials. But also we've run kind of open community project in order to connect everyone, every volunteers, every engineers together and to find solutions. You remember the pandemic started from China and then entered Europe through Italy. And as you know, we have offices in all those countries. So we're able to have the weak signal. So we very early on created some data intelligence dashboards to understand the issues, the shortages, the needs. And we've run more than 150 projects from 3D printing of face shields, from throat, sneeze simulation, to understand how the virus propagates, up to a complete hospital floor airflow simulation to understand the impact of the propagation of the virus, to ventilators. So we supported and accelerated more than 25 ventilators in many countries, in India, in Mexico, in Brazil. Some of them has been, by the way, certified by the local countries. Valve splitters and many projects. So the idea here was really to leverage the collective intelligence to connect people, engineers, makers, because most of the factories were closed, but some fab labs could still operate. So we connected local fab labs with hospitals so that they could 3D print some masks on face shields. So we were very active in many fronts.
Great. I can only say thank you for so many collaborations. This is so important. Well, I know that you work with startups. That is very, very important. I'd like to know for you how important is to work with those startups, and how can this innovative companies and can be selected to 3DEXPERIENCE Lab to work together with you.
That's true. It's very important. So the lab is trying to find, the real big disruption. We are taking a lot of risk because we go, outside of the box in new fields. There are the next generation of pioneers on the innovators. So those guys are very important to us to find solutions first for our environment on our planet, but also to prepare the future because most of them are challenging us in many domains, and we want to inspire people because helping a startup is good, and our objective is to industrialize their project and help them to ramp up and really to become big. They will become our future client, by the way. But the objective is also to inspire an entire industry. If you can fly with the sun using an autonomous drone, for instance, and if small guys can do it, why all the big guys could not do it? And the objective is to create, the inspiration, the connections, because the relationship between a startup and the industrial is important. A startup, it can go very fast, obviously, but they are having limited resources to go at scale. A big group or an industrial is having a lot of legacy, so obviously they are going slower, but they can really scale on industrial. So for us, the collaboration is very important for both of the companies. So you need to access Dassault Systèmes software. Just go on our website. You will find something for you.
How does the projects in 3DEXPERIENCE Lab aligns with the Dassault Systèmes market proposal? I think some of those technologies that are developed may be arrived to the market or not. But well, how can you explain that?
But those projects are challenging our applications, our bounds. So it's a way to learn and to enhance our solutions. An example, one of our first projects, which is now in production, the idea was to reconstruct arteries to create some aneurysm simulations for surgeons to train before the real surgery. They were using 3D modeling for that, and as you know, most of the 3D design and engineering solutions, such CATIA or SolidWorks, or most of them are not done for designing human bodies or organs. And since 5 years, we worked a lot to enhance those solutions in order to have a smooth pipeline and to be able to design the exact same twin of the patient organ, but virtually, to apply simulation, to plan surgery, to insert a stent. So in the past, or still, As I said, we cover 11 industries. One of them is medical device, life science. So most of the medical device are designed and engineered with our software. And those companies are engineering in the digital world without the human body, without the organ to treat. And what we want to do is to connect both in order to help them to innovate, to better perform in terms of quality and in terms of security, because what we want to do is to make sure that with simulation we optimize the real world surgeries.
Well, in short, you are trying to build the future.
In short, we are trying to build a better future for everyone and to help young entrepreneurs to grow and to become one day the next generation of Boeing or Toyota or IKEA or Tesla, all those big guys who have been successful.
Great. Well, our time is running out, but I have one last question. I'd like to know something about the positive sustainability and social impact of the 3D Experience Lab.
It's the main goal. So we have an impact. And as I said, we are trying to find solutions to depollute the ocean, remove the plastic, to create clean energy, to fly with no impact, to enhance the world of the life science. There are a lot of things to imagine and to do. So we have a concrete impact on the project by itself, assuming the startup is successful, and we have a more global impact if we inspire a complete field, a complete industry, and we help to transform this industry. So this is really what we want to do in order, because the world needs now some disruptions, and the beauty is the virtual twin helps to optimize by design, taking the natural resources in mind. So what you take and what you give, and we all agree that we must change the balance. And this is what the lab is about. And because it's an open project, because we are doing it with our clients, it's an open project, so everyone is welcome to help. It's empowering the collective intelligence. So as an example, for the COVID, we have open communities where people can join in order to act and to contribute. Because we are inclusive, we believe that we can do something. And now we must do something anyway.
Thank you very much, Fred. Esse foi mais Papo Fácil aqui com o Fraderic Vacher. Ele é Head of Innovation do 3D Experience Lab da Dassault Systèmes. Fred, it was a great pleasure to talk to you, learn about 3D Experience Lab, once again talk to Dassault Systèmes. Thank you very much for the opportunity, and see you in the next time. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you, Fabio, for the opportunity. There is a lot to say, so we can spend hours. So hopefully you enjoyed the discussion. See you next time for following up the discussion.
Sure. See you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.